Hey, what's up, good people? It's your boy P.Michael here. Listen, I'm doing this live, not for the live attenders, but for the replay. And I want people to look at this and see how I can help them. Cause I'm just going over some things in my life, man. I remember being at a space one time, and I was burnt out. I was servicing everybody but me. I was servicing my past marriage. I was serving my children. I was serving all the barbers. I mean, everybody that used to come get their hair cut. So everybody that came in the barbershop was servicing all my clients. And I remember I got to a point where I was just burnt out. I was burnt, man. I was burnt out, man. And I was making good money, so I couldn't really complain to nobody, because how can I tell somebody, hey, look, man, I'm making pretty good money, but I'm just feeling burnt out. I'm feeling tired. I'm feeling used. I'm feeling like I need a little piece of me. I need a little break, right? And how could you tell somebody that when you're making good money? And they could clearly see that you're making it, and let them know that, yo, I'm tired. Like I'm tired. Like I got 2 children. I had a marriage at the time. How could you tell somebody that, yo, man, my life was I ain't feel like it was going right, but to everybody else it looked good, you know what I mean? From the outside looking in, it looked good. And I remember going through a time where I started creeping into depression. And me being if anybody know us men, when we depressed, we don't share it with nobody. It makes us feel weak. So I remember being at that point where I just was like, look, I gotta do something about it. And so slowly but surely I crept out of that depression. I crept out of that stage of being burnt out, and I started looking more into valuing, being more into myself. I started reading books that helped me, self-help books. I started praying more. I started just doing things for me, right? Because I started gaining weight, and it was crazy because the weight was coming from the depression. It wasn't even coming from me eating unhealthy. So then I started working on me. I started going to the gym, losing weight, just started being a little bit more about me. And then I changed spaces. And when I changed spaces, I actually started making more money. And it was a beautiful, beautiful thing, man. I remember just being in a great state of mind when I changed my spaces, right? My workspace. And now then I got to a point then where I felt myself creeping back into that burnt out stage again. And I instantly started diving back into thinking about me. Like, okay, I got to take care of me. Because if I ain't healthy, sorry guys, man, I had to come back to y'all, man. So I remember getting to a point where I seen myself getting burnt out again, and I instantly started going into, okay, let me take care of me now. Let me go ahead and start going back to making sure I'm good, because if I ain't good, I know I can't make nobody else good around me. And I started waking up. I started looking at some, even in my career, I started changing atmospheres and shifting things around. And anybody that came through the barbershop, they started seeing things different. You know what I mean? The barbershop was just a plain old shop, right? And then I started putting things in there that spoke volume to me. Things that, how I started feeling, I started putting it, letting it project how it looked, right? So I made the barbershop look how I felt and what I wanted to be. I started manifesting where I want to be in life, how I want to be. And I started making new friends, being around new people, networking. And I remember just being in a great space at that time. And now I'm getting to the point where I'm ending that journey. And before I get burnt out again, you know what I mean? I'm ending that journey, man. So I'm about to walk into a new place. And this one is good because I'm really super excited about this. I'm really excited about moving into this new space. And this is a workspace. And everything around me is going to change. You know what I mean? So I just want to, hopefully those words can encourage anybody else that ever felt like they was burnt out, or ever felt like they're burnt out now. You know what I mean? Like, you got to work on you. Even though I know it's not even natural to take care of just you. You know what I mean? Because we take care of so many people, but you have to take a break from serving sometimes, and you got to take the time to work on yourself. And be a better person to other people. And people will appreciate that at the end. When they see you do it, they'll start appreciating and realize, yo, man, he worked on himself so that now he can come back and take care of us a lot better. You know what I mean? And that don't mean neglecting nobody. That don't mean abandoning nobody. And that definitely don't mean abandoning my responsibilities. It's just that sometimes you have to take that time and worry about you. Like, yo, how am I going to be affected from these decisions? You know, even helping somebody, even somebody can call you and ask for help, and you got to be like, yo, how's this going to affect me? So I'm learning now in my older age, before I make fast commitments, even though somebody might ask you something that normally, you know, bam, I can knock it out the park, I can handle that. Before I make fast commitments, I have to tell people I have to get back to you. I take time before I text and respond back to texts to make sure that I am putting together the right text. That I gotta check myself first before I, respond to those texts. I gotta check myself before I respond to any questions being asked, and I gotta make sure that this stuff makes sense and that somehow I'm going to benefit from it. You know what I mean? Because I can't keep giving and giving and giving. Eventually, it's not going to be no me, and I'm going to be burnt out again. I'm going to be at this bad state, man. So I just wanted to vent and get that off my chest. And like I said, man, I didn't make this live for people to come on it live. I made this live for it as a replay. And I'm going to share this on Facebook as well. So it's just something that I went through. And just thanks for listening.